Hey guys, Dan here with Justin for the Oscars 2020 cast. We're going to take a look at the movies that were nominated for the Oscars this weekend from 2019, all the big releases.
Yep.
We kind of do this every year, do a should win and will win on all the major categories, and then we talk about our snubs. We used to do, on Film Fanatics, we used to do just top 5 snubs for the whole thing, but this is a little more free and loose, so we get to kind of talk about the snubs for each of the categories. But then, of course, you can't have a snub without taking someone out. So when we talk about who got snubbed, we will also reveal who we think maybe should not have gotten nominated.
Now, stop me at any time here, Dan, but
Yeah.
because they didn't round out all 10 nominees for Best Picture, we don't necessarily have to kick anyone
we
out.
always get a freebie in the 10 because the last 5 years they've only nominated 9 movies. They're allowed to nominate from 5 to 10, and every year since, well, the first year they had 10.
Yes.
And then I think every year since has been 9. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but at least the last 5 or 6 years have been 9.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Because of the stupid method they do it, which is they have everybody do a list, but then only their number one pick counts for the list. So I don't know why they don't say what's your number one movie.
Yeah.
If I were running it, what I would do is have everybody do a top 5 or top 10, and then just have it weighted. If it's their number one movie, it gets X amount of points. If it's their number 2 movie, it gets a smaller amount of points down the list. And that would create, and then you just pick the 10 that got the most points.
So pretty much what we did on Film Fanatics.
Yes, that's correct. A small-time YouTube video show has a more logical outlook on how to do it, in my mind, than the real thing. All right, so let's start with a couple of the smaller ones, which is the screenplays.
Okay.
So you have adapted and original, and we can do both at once. I think we usually do that.
Yeah.
So for adapted, you have The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, The Joker, or I guess it's just called Joker, not The Joker.
Yeah.
Little Women, and The Two Popes. And then original screenplay, you've got Knives Out, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. Now, I have the same should and will for both of these.
Interesting. Okay.
I think the one that's going to win is the one that deserves it the most. So for adapted, I have Jojo Rabbit.
Okay.
I think it's probably the only award that this movie will walk away with. And usually that's how they do the screenplays, like Grand Budapest won. You know, usually it's like it's something that got 6, 7 nominations.
Yeah.
It's not going to get anything else. They floated a screenplay.
That's fair.
And so I think that's what we're going to get with Jojo Rabbit. And of all of these, I think it probably deserves to win it the most. Maybe Little Women as well, but I think Jojo Rabbit was the most original. And then for original screenplay, this was a tough one. Because
I agree.
I think there's quite a few in this group that could take it, and I wouldn't be disappointed.
Yeah.
I think most of them are pretty good enough. I went with Parasite for should and will.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I saw Parasite last night, and just loved it. It's far and away my favorite movie of the year, which happened last year, too. The very last movie I saw for the whole 2018 list was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and it ended up being my favorite movie of the year.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen a couple after Parasite, because I watched Little Women and Irishman today, but I think this was a very inventive screenplay. I think they may throw Tarantino a bone with this, because I don't know that he's going to win anything else. Except, well, we'll get to some other ones.
Yeah.
He's up for almost everything we're talking about.
Pretty much.
Or that movie is. 1917 I liked. Story-wise was okay. I think there were many other things about the movie.
Yeah, there's more to love.
To talk, right, more to love.
Yeah.
And Knives Out, which I just can't sing the praises of enough.
Yeah.
I just don't think has a chance.
I'm actually surprised that was not your pick, but...
Yeah, for should.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it were me, I would probably have that in second place for should, but I really think Parasite was just something very special.
Yeah.
Now, for the snubs, I don't actually have anything to snub in adapted. I think all of the things I thought of that could go into the Oscars this year for screenplay ended up being original screenplays.
Okay.
So everything that is adapted, I think, is fine the way it is. Those 5 are okay with me. And I do have 2 snubs, though, that you could sort of maybe swap an original.
Okay.
And that's The Farewell.
Ooh, good choice.
Get used to hearing about The Farewell because
It's gonna get
I
called.
loved this movie, and I'm going to talk about it in many of these categories. So bet on that.
Oh, yeah.
And this might surprise you. Pain and Glory.
Ooh,
I thought could have been nominated for original as well.
Yeah.
And who would I kick out? 1917 maybe. Again, I mean it's a great movie, and we'll hear about it later. But I would say the weakest element about it probably was the story. And then Marriage Story could stay or could go. I mean, if we're going to talk about contemplative drama that's really I don't know, emotional and gets to the heart of the matter, I think Pain and Glory did it better.
Interesting.
So that's kind of where I am with that. So what do you think about the adapteds? What's your should and wills for both?
Yeah, adapted is interesting this year because adapted I was kind of disappointed with. Like Little Women, I liked, but I think structure-wise have concerns. We'll get to that with the actual Top 100 episode. Jojo Rabbit, I have said pretty much since the nominees came out, what is this doing here?
Yeah. I will admit, now, even though I think it should and will win, I will admit, I only gave it a B+. I am not like, this is the greatest movie that's ever happened, but it's certainly original.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, it's just weird to me. Like, it's a fine movie, but it's like compared to as like a celebration of like the best in cinema for 2019. Strange choice. Yeah. So as far as adapted goes, I think Irishman should take it, but I think in terms of like movies that have gotten us talking that may or may not leave with anything else, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Joker might take it.
You don't think Joker's going to win anything else? Oh, I'm curious to hear what your best actor pick is. All right.
Okay. Don't get me wrong.
That's interesting.
He's a front runner, but I don't think...
That is interesting.
Yeah.
All right, well, what about for original, then?
For original, I'm with you on Parasite. I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is going to take it.
Yeah, I think if anything can take it away from Parasite, it's going to be Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
I don't think 1917 or Marriage Story has a chance, and sadly, I don't really think Knives Out has a chance either.
Unfortunately.
Although, it's the only time we have to talk about it in the Oscar cast, because it was up for nothing else.
Yeah.
Knives Out. It is the movie that sort of keeps on going. It's still in first-run theaters.
Yeah.
Almost 3 months after release.
Seriously.
Which you can't say that about too many things.
I was going to say about pretty much anything else in the running.
And so, I don't know. I mean, I think there is like an outside chance Knives Out could take it. I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
But I think I would give it a better shot than 1917 or Marriage Story.
I would probably put it on equal footing with 1917, mostly because the Academy loves nostalgia.
Yes, but I think they're going to award 1917 in so many other areas
that there's no point for screenplay.
I think Knives Out. Talk about something that still has people talking.
Yeah,
I mean everyone loves this movie.
Yeah,
I haven't heard anybody say it was bad. I loved it myself. I don't know. It has enough momentum that maybe the Academy would be like, well, we didn't nominate it for anything. Let's give it to them.
Yeah, let us walk away with something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, continue then with your original. So maybe Once Upon a Time will take it.
Yeah.
Who do you think should take it?
Oh, we already did that.
On Parasite?
Yep.
Okay.
Parasite should. Once Upon a Time will.
All right. And what about for your snubs for the screenplays?
For snubbed, I'm actually going with adapted.
Okay.
I'm kind of okay with the running. As far as original goes...
I know, me too. Like, I don't... And I didn't love it. Like, some of these movies I did not love, but I don't know.
Like, as far as original goes, I'm with you on The Farewell. Really well structured, really good storytelling. I'd also throw in there Booksmart.
Yeah, Booksmart was good, and this probably would have been the only chance for it to get anything as well.
Yeah.
So who would you take out of the running then?
I'm actually with you on 1917.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right, so let's move to the supporting category. Supporting actor. Up is going to be Tom Hanks for Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Anthony Hopkins for The Two Popes, Al Pacino and Joe Pesci, both for The Irishman, and Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. For me, this is one of the biggest slam dunks of the night. Brad Pitt will absolutely take this, hands down, and honestly, I think he should. I think you'll be surprised in who I want to take out of this category for my snubs.
Okay.
It's not Tom Hanks. It's not that surprising.
All right, not that heartbroken, but let's continue.
Look, I think Hanks should have been nominated for years for various performances since Apollo 13.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could have gotten the nomination for Catch Me If You Can, The Terminal, maybe even.
Yeah, definitely.
Castaway I've not seen, but it's a one-man show, so would make sense. Maybe Private Ryan. I mean, the guy has no shortage of great performances.
Absolutely.
Fred Rogers is one of them. But I think it's Brad Pitt's year. He's never won an Oscar except for producing. And like you mentioned, this movie has so much momentum.
Absolutely.
And this is, for me, possibly the only award they're going to give this movie. Maybe I'm wrong. I think it's like my second choice in a lot of categories. But I think Brad Pitt's a shoo-in.
Okay.
And I think he deserves it. My snubs, I would take out Al Pacino for sure. From The Irishman.
Okay.
Dude, watching this movie, all I could think of, I know you're not a big SNL fan, but Bill Hader does a great Al Pacino impression, and it's the latter-day Pacino.
Oh, no.
And it's spot on. And like the first half of this movie, that's all I heard was Pacino basically doing the caricature of Pacino. So for me, this was nothing new. He's out. Anthony Hopkins for The Two Popes. Goodbye.
Yeah,
this
I'm with
movie,
you on that one.
Just overall, and you'll hear it again when we do Best Actor and Jonathan Pryce is up. Look, this movie is interesting enough for the screenplay nod.
Yeah.
But it's two people talking the whole movie. I was bored with it, and neither of them necessarily gives that riveting a performance.
Yeah, like Anthony Hopkins is more or less playing Anthony Hopkins.
Correct. So I have three people you could have put in here.
Okay.
I think Jamie Foxx for Just Mercy is an oversight. I know that was on your list, but you probably didn't get to see it yet.
Nope, knocked
did
it
you?
out.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I thought he did a great job. Michael B. Jordan actually was disappointing, but I thought Jamie Foxx was great.
Yeah.
And then Dean Charles Chapman, the kid from 1917.
Okay.
I think he could have been up there. But the other one I would put up even over him is somebody from Parasite. And I'm not sure who they would consider the supporting actor, whether it would be the father or the son.
Yeah.
But you could throw either of them in there.
Yeah, they'd both be deserving.
And toss those two guys out that I said.
Yeah.
How about for you?
All right, so I don't really have any snubs in regards to supporting.
Okay.
But I absolutely loved Tom Hanks in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. The movie as a whole, different conversation.
Okay.
The Two Popes, I thought was better than I was originally expecting it to be.
Okay.
A lot of really good ideas. Storyline flows really well, though it is kind of dry and it is essentially two people talking. But
yes,
I know it's
We've
probably a little
worse. I mean, I don't know. Carnage and the Before movies and whatever.
Yeah, we've seen it done better.
We've seen it done better. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah. I liked Pacino, though I can definitely see where you're coming from in regards to we've also seen better Pacino.
Like I thought Ray Romano did a better job of The Irishman than Pacino did.
Yeah.
Honestly,
the biggest problem with Romano is they bring him in and then he's done less than 20 minutes into the movie.
Well, then they bring him back.
Yeah, and then he gets a call back for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
At least Pesci's kind of peppered in throughout.
Yeah, Pesci I didn't mind. I was fine with his nomination.
Yeah. I did like Fox and Just Mercy. I wouldn't go necessarily snub, but it was definitely a good performance. I feel like with Fox he's either really, really good or awful.
Or real corny.
Yeah, or super corny.
Like Stealth or...
Stealth is,
I don't know.
Stealth is the maximum by which
right?
awful Fox will.
But you would
will
keep
forever
Hopkins
go.
in then? You don't have anybody to keep out?
If I had to throw anybody out, Hopkins would be the shit.
Parasite, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who it would be. I would think maybe it would be the son would be the supporting.
Yeah.
But it's a tough call because it's clearly an ensemble piece.
Definitely.
Okay, so you think Hank should win?
I think Hank should win.
Who do you think is going to take it?
I would say I'm probably with you on Pitt just because with the Oscars, a lot of it comes down to, okay, what are the people talking about?
Right. He's won almost every major award.
And just factoring in also that he's never won an Academy Award, it's his time.
And people love him.
Yeah, and people really do love him. So, yeah.
All right, so supporting actress, this to me is maybe the worst of the categories. I don't know. Kathy Bates and Richard Jewell. Laura Dern in Marriage Story. ScarJo for Jojo Rabbit. Florence Pugh for Little Women. And Margot Robbie for Bombshell. I have, I guess first should and will.
Okay.
And spoilers, my should and will, until we get to Best Picture, are the same.
Okay.
I think the Academy's going to get it right this year.
Okay.
And I think it will give it to Laura Dern, and I think she deserves it the most from this group of people. I don't think I would give it to her on the whole, but from these 5, I would give it to her. I don't think, honestly, any of them are that deserving of it.
No.
To be completely honest.
I was looking at her earlier. I'm like, really? This is what you got?
Even Kathy Bates, like, look, she's fine. She'll be forever the unsinkable Molly Brown.
Yes.
But she is just Pacino to me. She's just Batesing it.
Yeah.
And so I have a couple people that I thought did much better jobs.
Go on.
J-Lo is not one of them. Although, I'll be honest, you could take any of these people out and put J-Lo in, and I wouldn't have been mad.
No.
Hustlers was an uneven movie, but J-Lo did a great job in it.
Absolutely.
Better than, I would say, Florence Pugh or Margot Robbie in their respective roles.
Yeah, pretty much.
But here are my 2 main snubs. It's Ana de Armas for Knives Out.
Yes.
I thought she
100%.
was excellent. Now, you could maybe contest that she was sort of the main actress.
Yeah.
Okay, I would consider Daniel Craig the main person.
Yeah.
Everyone else supporting.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I would put her in the... I mean, if you were going to put Viola Davis in supporting for Fences...
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want with my snubs. And then my other one
Great
is...
example.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope I pronounce this correctly, but Zhao Shuzhen for Nene in The Farewell.
That's a great choice.
This is... I mean, I would give it to her above any of these 5 actresses.
Yeah, she's insanely good.
But my 2 main that I would kick out, I guess, is Kathy Bates and Margot Robbie.
Surprisingly enough, I would pick the exact same.
Yeah. I mean, I like Margot Robbie in Bombshell, and I like that movie, but I don't know. I mean, she was fine. She was good.
Yeah, she was good.
She was good.
Yeah, it's like B versus amazing performance and other really amazing perforance.
Yes.
It's not that she doesn't do a good job. It's just that everyone else is so much better.
Correct.
But no, I am actually 100% with you on this one. Dern should win, and she will win.
Yep.
I was not expecting it to play out this way,
two
but
good supporting roles because she was in Little Women as well.
Yep.
And did a good job there too. So
yeah,
I think that's the other reason they'll give it to her is really she gave us 2 great performances this year.
Yeah.
So would you put anyone in for your snubs? You like my snubs?
Honestly, I would.
My snubs are pretty solid.
I would go with Nene in The Farewell as well.
Yeah.
And I would absolutely throw in J-Lo. I think it's ridiculous that she's not in.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Great performance.
Absolutely. Like, movie has problems.
Yeah, movie's okay.
Her performance,
but she was great.
Far and away her best.
For me, yeah, I was going to say, for me, her career performance.
Yeah.
So I think people are correct to be angry that she was snubbed.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the leading people. Let's stick with the women and do lead actress.
Okay.
You've got Cynthia Erivo for Harriet. Scarlett Johansson again. This is her first year nominated for anything, and she gets 2. This one's for Marriage Story. Saoirse Ronan for Little Women.
Mm-hmm.
Charlize Theron for Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger for Judy. I think Renee Zellweger is far and away going to win this.
Yeah.
I think she mostly deserves it. I think, however, Charlize was amazing in Bombshell.
If she's not going to win
keeps that movie,
it should be her.
Yeah, keeps that movie afloat.
Yeah.
And they've both won before, so it's not one of the Brad Pitt things where it's like, they deserve it.
Yeah.
No, they've both already won, so.
Yeah.
But I think Renee probably deserves it a little more.
Yeah.
So I'll give it to her. Mm-hmm. My only real snub is Awkwafina. The Farewell again.
It keeps coming back, folks.
Maybe if they nominated it for one GD thing, I wouldn't be harping on it. But and then for me, you could take out. I mean, I love Saoirse Ronan, but you could take her out of this. She was great in so many performances.
Yeah, it's not her best.
Yeah, I mean, I think this one we could kind of leave on the floor.
Yeah.
How about for you?
Yeah, honestly.
You just saw Judy recently.
Yeah, like a week or two ago. Honestly, I can't even try and fight it. Zellweger should win. She's going to win. Everyone is talking about it. The movie itself, not perfect. Her performance, transformative. You got the nostalgia factor working for you. It's Judy Garland.
Yeah, everybody loves Judy Garland.
She is Judy Garland. She's going to take it.
And Oscar likes a comeback.
Yeah.
Renee Zellweger's been out of the limelight for a good decade.
Yeah.
You know, so it makes sense. All right, any snubs for you?
Honestly, with the exception of probably Awkwafina, not really.
And Awkwafina was so good.
Yeah, she really was.
This to me was not a female year for movies.
No.
There was a few bright spots.
Yeah, like I like ScarJo in Marriage Story, but
yeah, she was good. I would prefer that she keep the Marriage Story one and lose the Jojo Rabbit nomination.
I agree.
Of the two, but yeah, I mean, you know, they're all like fine, but other than Judy, Bombshell, The Farewell, there haven't been really that many female hustlers. I guess there haven't really been that many good female roles.
Yeah,
sadly.
Yeah, and Awkwafina more so is like okay up to that point. Couple okay performances, but this was like whoa.
Yeah, I mean, she was sort of the comic breakout of Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah,
you know, every few years you get one of those. Though I think, I mean, you know, I know you don't like the movie, but Melissa McCarthy in Bridesmaids, that was a star turn for her.
Yes,
you know, and the Academy recognized it. So why are we not recognizing Awkwafina?
Yeah,
you know, thankfully the Globes did. But all right, so Best Actor is where I get crazy with my snubs. Okay.
This is going to be interesting.
So here's who's up for it. Antonio Banderas, Pain and Glory.
Okay.
Leo for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Adam Driver, Marriage Story. Joaquin Phoenix, Joker. And Jonathan Pryce, The Two Popes. Now for me, this is a should and will for, what's his name? Joaquin Phoenix. I think there's no way he's not going to win. And honestly, he was by far the best thing about the movie.
Agreed.
I am not a huge Joaquin Phoenix fan, as you know.
Same.
But he really did great here. The only other person I say even came close performance-wise of these nominees was Antonio Banderas. I think Leo did a great job, but, you know, it's standard Leo.
Yeah. Leo's typically always good.
Leo is always good. I think, you know, Brad Pitt was the one that really shone in this movie. And then Adam Driver from Marriage Story was good. Great, maybe.
Yeah.
But again, it's, you know, we've seen a lot of the drama stuff from Adam Driver previously.
Yeah.
You know, Joaquin Phoenix just completely transformed. So I'm interested to hear what you think on that, since you think Adapted might be the only thing it gets. But here's my snubs. I don't know who to put in.
All right.
But Jonathan Pryce is out for sure.
100%.
100%. I would be all right with really anyone else leaving other than Joaquin and Antonio.
Yeah, just about.
I have 4 snubs.
Okay.
You could put any of these guys in here. To me, the most egregious snub is Eddie Murphy in Dolomite Is My Name.
You know, I meant to sit down and watch it. I still haven't gotten to it.
It's so good. The movie's very good, but he is excellent.
Yeah.
It's not one of these movies, okay, he's excellent. The movie is very good. I think I gave it an A-. It's really good, but he is, like, great. And again, the Renee Zellweger thing, the Oscars love a comeback story. So why aren't they giving it to Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, especially with Dreamgirls and everything.
Right. And you can't say, oh, well, it's because it's on Netflix, because they gave The Irishman every
freaking
nominee there.
And Marriage Story,
and Marriage Story. But you could also throw Taron Egerton in there for Rocket Man.
100%.
You could throw, honestly, even though I kicked out Al Pacino, I wouldn't have been mad if they put De Niro in for Irishman. I thought he did a really good job.
It's solid.
And then I don't know if you've gotten to see it, but Uncut Gems.
Yes.
I honestly think Adam Sandler was amazing in that movie.
Speaking of transformative.
You know, I know we've seen him do dramatic before.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
I mean, I've only seen, I think, Reign Over Me in terms of the real dramatic ones.
Yeah.
But I know, you know, our buddy Joe loves Spanglish.
Meyerowitz Stories.
What's that?
The Meyerowitz Stories.
Oh, I think I did see that, but that stunk. Okay. And so did The Cobbler, if you want to call that dramatic. But here, that I really think the hate on the Academy for not nominating him is kind of warranted. I think he totally got snubbed.
Definitely.
So you could put any of those guys in there, really, and leave Antonio, leave Joaquin.
Yeah.
I'm fine. How about for you?
All right, so this is where you're going to see a shocking upset.
Yeah, I'm shocked already.
So, as far as this one goes, I think it's quite possibly one of, if not the best DiCaprio performance we've ever gotten.
Okay.
I think he should win. Do I think he has any chance of winning? No.
Especially since he just won for his last movie.
Yeah.
Even though it was 4 years ago.
Accurate. Partially because, A, that happened, and B, Brad Pitt is...
He's the one people are talking about.
Yeah, he's the one people are seeing.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I don't think he's going to take it. I think it's going to go to Joaquin Phoenix, who does a good job and is far and away the best thing about Joker.
Yeah.
But Taron Egerton, I have no idea why he's not up for this.
What the hell's going on?
Like, seriously, you could probably even put Rocky Man up for original or adapted. I don't think it was a book.
Well, yeah, I was thinking of that because Elton released the book Me this year.
Oh.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's based on that book or not. I would have had to research it a little more.
That's a tricky gray area.
So I don't know. But you know how what was it, Whiplash they did, like, adapted even though it wasn't?
Yeah, it was a short
from
film.
His own short film. Like, that was stupid.
Like, seriously?
I was thinking about that, though, when I was doing snubs for the screenplays. I don't know where they would put Rocket Man. But yes, I agree. I mean, and look, I know I like Bohemian Rhapsody a lot more than you did, but let's be clear. If we're nominating Bohemian Rhapsody for Best Actor and Best Picture, where is Rocket? It was a clearly better film.
Yes.
In pretty much every aspect, except maybe Rami Malek is a better Freddie Mercury than Taron Egerton is Elton John. That I could go either way with. But movie-wise, script-wise,
watchability-wise,
performance. I mean, just because he's doing his own singing.
Yeah.
Rami Malek didn't do his own singing.
Nope.
So I think that is a disgrace. But continue.
But yeah, as far as this one goes, there's that, and I would also second Adam Sandler. Like, admittedly, I understand that the Academy apparently was his filmography was working against him, but that's no excuse.
I think that's crap.
Everyone is talking about how much of a standout performance this is.
Yeah.
Why are you dismissing him based on the fact that he made trash?
I think it should go the opposite. Yeah. I think if you have 20 years worth of garbage films and then you produce something like this, that's when the Academy needs to take notice.
Yeah.
Like effing Al Pacino, the guy's done the same, last 10 movies have all been the darn same.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except for, ironically, Sandler, Jack and Jill. That was a little different, I suppose. But, I mean, primarily, he's doing the same darn thing.
Yeah.
I think it is crazy that he's not nominated for this.
Absolutely.
So who do you kick out? Jonathan Pryce. He stinks.
Easily.
And what, Driver, I guess? He's the only one you haven't really mentioned.
Yeah, Driver does a good job, but ScarJo is like...
She leads the movie, for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, compared to Taron Egerton, Adam Sandler, you didn't see Dolomite, but Eddie Murphy, they all beat Adam Driver.
Yeah.
So, let alone Jonathan Pryce. All right, so for director...
All right.
The Big Five: Martin Scorsese for The Irishman, Todd Phillips for Joker, Sam Mendes for 1917, Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Bong Joon-ho for Parasite. Now, this I'm not super confident on.
Same.
I think it could go very well to 3 different people. None of them are named Todd Phillips or Martin Scorsese. But I have, because of the whole one-shot look of everything and really sort of giving us something new, I'm going with Sam Mendes as will win, and he probably should over all these people. I think it's a hard one. I think, the 3 movies I mentioned that are in contention for real, I think would all deserve it. I wouldn't be sad if any of them won. But I have no snubs for this. I think these are the 5. I think Greta Gerwig did a good job with Little Women.
Yeah,
but it wasn't.
I'm with you on that.
Who are you supposed to kick out? Like, I know she's so snubbed. she's really not. I mean, you going to kick out Scorsese? No.
Good luck with that with the Academy. Yeah,
good luck. You know, and then Todd Phillips, they gave the Joker 11 nominations, so of course director's going to be one.
Yeah.
And then these other three guys did an amazing job.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, Greta Gerwig, but this wasn't your year. Lady Bird, yes, I'm glad they nominated you for that, but...
Yeah, that was the one I would say was the more warranted.
Yes.
Between
the
Gerwig directorial
and
efforts.
she's up for the screenplay, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So I have no snubs for the director.
Okay.
What do you think?
Ironically enough, I do.
Okay.
So we'll circle back to that in a second.
Sure.
So as far as my director goes, Mendes, I think should. Do I think he'll take it? No, because unfortunately, Scorsese's whole efforts of this was a passion project, Netflix produced it, the whole CGI thing, whether it looks good or not is debatable. But I think the fact that there's been so much buzz about this movie, and then when it came out, everyone was like, "This is the greatest mob movie ever." Whether or not it's overlong, we'll get to that in a later day. But I think Scorsese is going to take it for better or for worse.
Okay.
Snubbed.
I don't think he has a shot.
Snubbed far and away. Lulu Wang, The Farewell.
Yes, that would have been my one if there's one director, but I don't know who to take out, so I'm just leaving them all in.
For me, it's not even a question. It's Todd Phillips.
Todd Phillips, okay.
Yeah.
The only reason, I mean, I guess, maybe personally, obviously I love The Farewell over Joker, but there's just no way the Academy was going to do that.
If you're nominating him for everything else, you might as well.
on the GD nominations, you may as well give him Best Director.
Yeah.
Obviously, if the movie warrants 11 nominations, the director did something right.
Yeah.
I agree with you, though. I mean, of these movies, it's clearly the worst of the five. And yes, if you're going to get mad about a female director not being nominated, it's Lulu Wang and not Greta Gerwig.
100%.
All right. So for Best Picture, here are the 9. Ford v Ferrari. We haven't heard anything about that yet. That's nominated mostly sound
technical
and technical awards. The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite. This is the only one that I have 2 differing opinions on who should and will win.
Okay.
But again, I would be fine with either. I think I'd be fine with 3 or... 3 of these.
Fair.
I don't know. Look, I liked Green Book, but, was it the best movie
picture?
last year? No.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you know me, I would have given it Star is Born, but I forget what else was up. But, the year Moonlight won, I didn't think it deserved it. I thought La La Land, Hidden Figures, I thought there were a bunch of movies better than Moonlight. I know you love Moonlight.
Yeah.
But for me, I think 1917 will win.
Okay.
But it's almost a caveat, because I'm I think whoever wins director is probably not going to win Best Picture just because they're all
interesting
good ones. Because it's half and half. It used to be every year you could almost rely on the director winning the picture. But in the last 10 years, there's been 4 times that didn't happen.
I was going to say Argo all over again.
Argo was one of them. I mean, La La Land. That
too, yeah.
It did for 30 seconds, but then it didn't.
Accurate, yeah.
So I think Parasite probably should win Best Picture.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, it's far and away my favorite movie of the year. And I think it totally deserves to win. And I think if 1917 doesn't, it probably will go to Parasite.
Okay.
But I feel the same way about director. I feel like if Sam Mendes doesn't win, it's probably going to go to Bong Joon-ho, which means the other person might win Best Picture. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so for my snubs, okay, so we're allowed 1 freebie.
Okay.
So take your pick. I have 3 on here. Rocket Man, Knives Out, and you'll be so shocked when I say The Farewell. Deserves it.
Surprised to no one.
I think those 3 should have been up. Throw the Joker out of there.
Absolutely.
For sure, throw him out. I would be okay throwing some of these other ones out. Marriage Story. I actually really loved Ford v Ferrari.
Yeah,
but I suppose if you're only going to nominate it for a few technical awards and nothing else, it's like The Blind Side.
What's up with this?
Other than Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. What does this got to offer?
Why was that in the Best Picture category?
Seriously.
I like the movie, but let's not get carried away here.
Yeah.
So I think those 3 movies are probably Space Number 10, Kick Out Joker, and I suppose kick out Ford v Ferrari. Personally, I would kick out Irishman, but I'm not an insane person, and the Academy would never do that.
They would not besmirch Scorsese,
right,
good sir.
right. So thinking more realistically, I guess I would toss out Ford v Ferrari, but personally, I would take out The Irishman and Marriage Story.
Yeah, I'd probably go Joker. Probably go Joker, Jojo Rabbit, and probably, even though it would hurt me, Ferrari.
Yeah, I know. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget, you get a freebie for the 10th.
That's
so unless
true.
you've got 4 snubs, you don't need to throw out 3 movies.
That's a good point.
Right?
That's definitely a good point.
All right, so who do you think's going to take Best Picture?
Okay, so should far and away Parasite.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely favorite movie of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
What I think will, the time has come for Tarantino, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Wow.
It's got the
It's
nostalgia
definitely
factor.
possible. It's definitely possible.
He's been nominated enough.
Mm-hmm.
People are still talking about it. It plays to literally everything the Academy stands for.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to happen. I would be okay with 1917 as well.
Yeah.
Do I think it's got a chance? Not sure. Irishman is a thing. Could I see it? Yes. Would I be happy about it? Probably not.
I would not be happy about it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Rocketman, I absolutely think should be up. I was actually really, really surprised Knives Out wasn't and Jojo Rabbit was, because the difference is ginormous.
Well, I agree, but of course they nominated JoJo for so many things.
Yeah.
And Knives Out for virtually nothing.
Yeah, which
Which
makes me
is
sad. But
very sad. Very sad for me.
The Farewell, I absolutely echo as well.
Yep.
Though, I guess my one thought with that is sort of the same reason everyone was up in arms about Straight Outta Compton. Like, okay, how many people probably made this their number one, let alone saw it? I'm not sure. Definitely, as far as indies went, had big success, but the way they structure it...
That's the problem with their dumb structure.
Yeah, I think that did it in. And also...
But that's what gets me about Bohemian Rhapsody. You're going to tell me enough people put Bohemian Rhapsody as their number one favorite movie of 2018
like,
over
what?
all those choices.
Yeah.
That just blows me away. And then Rocketman, no.
It's lost on me, sir.
Yes.
It's absolutely
lost on me. Thank God for the Golden Globes every so often.
Absolutely.
I don't say it that much, but...
The only other one I would probably say I think deserves a spot is Uncut Gems, because I don't think there's anything else quite like it, and I think that's something that the Academy needs to embrace more of.
I liked Uncut Gems more than half of these movies for Best Picture.
Absolutely. Same.
I really did.
Yeah.
Certainly better than Joker, better than Jojo Rabbit, better than The Irishman.
Yep.
Better than Marriage Story. So there's your half.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think you're right. I think Sandler is hated in the industry, which really kind of bugs me anyway, just because he is so known as a nice person.
Yeah.
You know, you say what you want about his terrible movies, and there's plenty of them.
Yeah.
But nobody's ever said Adam Sandler's a D-bag.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler's a jerk.
Yeah.
Nobody says that.
Yeah. Usually most people are like talking about how kind and outgoing he is.
Right, right. And the proof is in the pudding. I mean, he always, looks out for his friends, puts his old SNL buddies in his movies and whatever. I don't understand why they're so hard on that. And you could say the same for Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Personally, look, I like Little Miss Sunshine, but I think Eddie Murphy should have completely won that year for Dreamgirls.
That was ridiculous.
The fact that Norbit existed because he wanted to make some silly movie for families, I think that is a disgrace to the Academy, honestly. You really should see Dolomite Is My Name.
Oh, yeah, no, that's on my to-do list.
It is a very, very good movie. Now, would I put it up for Best Picture? No, but certainly lead actor, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of up in the air things here.
Definitely.
I think the one thing we can agree on is the acting categories in the female realm are Renee Zellweger and Laura Dern.
Yeah, leading the charge.
1,000%. Joaquin for Joker, 1,000%. And I think Brad Pitt really is a lock. I think the 4 actings are the easiest.
Compared to everything else this year, yeah.
Yeah.
Parasite, I think, is going to be interesting in regards to Best Picture because it's also up for Best International.
That's what I think. Like, I think they're going to say, look, Toy Story 3 style. They'll give it Best International.
Yep.
And then maybe screenplay.
Yeah. Or director.
Maybe director.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. That's why I picked 1917 for Will, because I don't know if they'll give it to Parasite. Although I think we both think it deserves it.
Yeah, and it's weird because I've been looking at some of the statistics online, and a lot of people are trying to push for it, which makes me wonder if it's going to be a dark horse.
I was looking on Wiki last night, just because sometimes I like to pull up the entire plot of a movie once I'm done watching it to make sure I caught everything.
Yeah.
Especially for a movie like that.
Yeah.
You know, for Playing with Fire with John Cena, I didn't do that. But, you know, for a movie
fair.
like this where there's a lot going on, I want to make sure I caught everything. And if you go on there, under the accolades section, the sheer volume of people who had Parasite as their number one movie of the year is astronomical. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, it was like probably 30 people had it at number one, and then another 30 had it in their top 5 or top 10 somewhere.
Oh my goodness.
Rotten Tomatoes, it's the number one movie of the year because although it's only at 99%, not 100, it's weighted by how many reviews are in.
Right.
So it is for whatever this is worth on Rotten Tomatoes, but the best reviewed movie of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was astounding to me how many people just absolutely love this movie.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because it's amazing. I mean,
it's a very good movie.
I think, let's see, we've been friends since 2010.
Yep.
I'm not sure if there's ever been a year that we've both had the same number one movie of the year. I don't think so.
Not to my
Spider-Man
knowledge.
wasn't yours last year.
Nope.
That was Joe's.
Yeah.
You and Joe have agreed.
Yeah.
On Llewyn Davis and Birdman.
Yeah, this is
I've
definitely a new
agreed
one.
with Joe on a couple, but I mean that says just the sheer scope of this movie.
Yeah.
And we'll get into more details, I suppose, when we do the top 100 podcast, because this is in the top 100, as are my other 2 A pluses of the year, Knives Out and The Farewell.
Yeah.
I've only given 3 this year, which is rare. But yeah, I mean, I think this definitely deserves to win. I don't know what it will win and what it won't win.
Yeah.
International's a lock.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not even a question.
Unless everybody thinks it's going to win other stuff, so then they give it to Pain and Glory because they're like, oh, well,
Here's this.
here's this. And then Parasite wins nothing.
Yeah, which would be bizarre.
I think The Irishman is going to be... The Irishman and Little Women, I think, unless Little Women takes costumes, I think...
Walk away empty.
Are going to... Yeah, they're going to be the American Hustle of 2020.
Wow. Okay.
Which is nominated for many awards and wins nothing. Because I think The Irishman maybe could win the effects, but not against The Lion King.
No, probably
Because the
not.
only reason The Lion King existed was to showcase effects.
Yes.
So,
much.
I mean, if it doesn't win that, I would be shocked.
Yeah.
So I think The Irishman's going to walk away with nothing. And I'm okay with that, to be completely honest. The reason I think he's not going to win for director is the same reason you think Tarantino is going to win for Best Picture. I think because Scorsese and The Departed won 15 years ago now, I guess.
Yeah.
Tarantino has never won Best Director or Best Picture, and he's been nominated several times.
Yeah.
Unless it's going to be one of those things where they don't give it to the person for their best work, and they give it the next time around for the subpar work because they feel bad.
Yeah.
The Revenant style.
Yeah, I can see that.
So that's a possibility. But all right, well, all will be foretold here in the next day or so with the 2020 Oscars, and then Justin and I will be back at some point next week, bringing you a recap of the top 100 grossing movies of 2019 and our thoughts on all of them. So strap yourselves in for that. But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.